What is up, people? Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to talk about color grading. If today is the first time you're meeting me, my name is Yanel. I'm a photographer and a videographer. If my stuff are the things you look for, please make sure to subscribe and leave a comment. I really appreciate it. I know color grading can be really daunting, especially when you have to shoot in log profiles. You have to make sure you have the right exposure and a whole lot of technicalities. But today we're not going to edit any log file. Every camera has inbuilt profile pictures. By default, you have the standard, you have the landscape, you have the portrait, you have the neutral, you have the vivid, and today we're going to take a look at the neutral profile picture, which is almost in every camera. The neutral profile gives you a flat picture when you use it. By default, everything is at 0, which gives you the space to make color adjustments and make a look that you personally prefer. I have a video I shot, that was my last upload. We're going to edit that, and that was also shot in neutral profile picture. We're going to open a new project. This is a new project. We're going to import our media. Just going to import this video. Don't change frame. Just going to edit. Set an input. This is about 5 years ago, and it has been some of the. There you go. Create an out point. Just grab the footage, put it over the timeline. When I'm editing, I make sure I go into my project settings. Make sure my color management is set to Rec 709 on my timeline and Rec 709 my output. I'm sure you can change that too on Premiere Pro and Final Cut. So here we have our footage. We're going to head over to the color management space here. This is a video shot in the neutral color style. So we're just going to rename this node as exposure. Hit enter. You're going to come over down to this area where you have your shadow, your midtone, and your highlights. You can find the same thing in Premiere Pro. When you add the lumetri onto your adjustment layer or onto your video, you can find these things there. So we're just quickly going to open up the shadows just a little bit. So about 15 is just fine. Let's see before and after. Before, after, yes. And we're going to go into our curves. Come to this area. This is for the highlights, this is for the midtones, and this area is for the shadows. So I'm going to create a point on my shadows point, take it down a wee bit, and I just create a point here, and another in my highlights, grab my highlights just a wee bit. So let's see before and after. Just the before, this is the after, before and after. And we'll add a little bit of contrast to it, just around 1.05. But there's some highlights in this area which was coming from the window of where I sat and shot. So I'm going to take down the highlights just a wee bit, just around 13.5 should be okay. So before and after. Now we're going to add another node to it. You can just right click and then add node, add serial. That is it. Or you can just use the shortcut, which is the Alt plus S, and that gives you another node. We're going to rename this node as selective color. What we're going to do here is that if you see the video over here, if I zoom in, you will see that the RGB light behind me casted this bluish coloration on my skin. So we're going to come into the hue by saturation, and I'm going to select around my chin, which is very blue, and immediately we select the color. It shows on the graph here. So I'm going to take it down a wee bit just to remove that. Before, after, before, after. So it's taken down a bit. You can take it down just one more time, and that should be okay. After, yes. The next thing we're going to do is add another node. Alt plus S. Once again, we're going to rename this node as shirt color. Hit enter. We're going to come into the curves once again, hue versus saturation once again, and we're going to select the shirt I'm wearing, and that brings up the graph over here. Now you can decrease the saturation of the shirt, or you can increase it. In this case, I'm going to increase it just a wee bit over there. Yeah, and that is okay for me. Now if you want to change the color of a shirt, if you don't prefer the color you have in there, you can just come to the hue versus hue. Select the same area again, and that you can take it down to change the color of your shirt, or you can take it up to change the color of your shirt. Now I prefer the green that I have, or you can go up, and this still changes it. So this is before, this is after. So, but I prefer the green that I have. I'm not so much into changing it, so I just bring it down. Or just reset it. Yep, that's it for me. So I'm going to go back to the saturation and bring it up just a wee bit. Yeah, so right about there is okay for me. So before and after of the shit, that is it for me. I'm gonna add another node to it, and that will be our skin tone node. Hit enter. Come to zoom in on your skin. So I'm gonna select the bright area over here, and that shows on the graph. So the skin tones are made of the red and the yellow. If you go to the settings, and click on show skin tone indicator over here, it will show the line for skin tone over here. So you can see that this is right on the line over there. So I'm just going to add another point over here to the yellow, and I'll add another point just going into the magenta over there. And if I take this up, it will boost the color over there. Not so strong, but you will see the before and after. And if I take this up over here, it's going to boost it, but not too much. I'm just going to leave it just around this area and grab this up just a little bit. See, that's it over there. So let's look at the before and after, before and after. If you look at the wave, the rotoscope, if I click before, the color goes down. If I click after, the color comes up. You see now it's rising in that line over there. So that's skin tone. I'm going to add another skin tone node, or another node, and rename it as skin dark areas. And I'm going to select the dark area on my skin, which is my forehead. If you can see it over there, that adds another colors on the graph. You can see it now. It's on the red, getting to the blues and the magenta. So you can raise that up just a wee bit, and you can see the changes. But I'm just going to keep it just around here. I'm going to add another node, another point here. I'm going to raise up the red a bit, not too much, just a wee bit, and add another one here to lock the greens. And I'm going to raise this one just a wee bit, so we can see before, after of the dark areas. Let me zoom in on my forehead. This is the before, this is the after, this is the before, after. Now we can compare the before and after. This is before, neutral color shot on the camera. This is after, by making this tiny adjustment. Now if I'm uploading this for my YouTube video, I think this is pretty much okay. And fellas, here you have it. That is how you edit a video shot in the neutral profile from your camera. I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up for me. Comment down in the section, ask any question if you want to have. And I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.